In this world, the skies have been claimed by ancient creatures, dragons of incredible power, each one of them being stronger than the last. But commanding these dragons always comes with its consequences. Dragons, dragons, dragons. We absolutely love them. And in the past here on the channel, we have checked out a good handful of different dragon mods. You know, we've checked out dragon mods from movies, we've checked out the ones that literally let you play as a dragon. But the mod that I want to show you guys in today's video is a little bit different from those previous ones. Just think along the lines of Ice and Fire as well as Skyrim, and that is today's mod. And so let me actually stop talking about it and show you guys what I'm talking about. And with the stage that the mod is at right now, we actually have a handful of dragons to check out, including a nice merchant as well. And you can probably already tell by some of these names that these guys are going to be absolutely nuts. And even though I'm going to spawn these dragons in creative, these guys are fully naturally spawning. Like, for example, that dragon right there all the way in the mist. Look at that. But to start off with, I do want to show you guys the main dragon that got me to download this mod. Oh my god, there's another one right there. There's a different type of dragon. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, look how cool it is that these guys just spawn in naturally. And that is this dude right here, the ignivorous. Check out this absolute unit. And already you can start to see what I mean about the whole like Skyrim and Ice and Fire like mashup. It looks absolutely insane. Like, the texturing on this thing is just absolutely wild. And yeah, in terms of scale compared to the player, this thing is absolutely ginormous. Look at that. And this absolute monster right here can actually spawn in normal biomes, just like the one we're in now, the plains. But a really cool feature about this mod is that they actually included modded biomes as well, which means that you can get like the biomes of plenty, you can get the Terralift stuff. So if you do have a mod pack and you throw this into it, you don't actually have to be too worried of them not popping up, because yeah, these guys will always be popping up. And so these ignivoruses right here can actually come in a few different varieties. This is like the red and black one. This looks absolutely insane. It looks like the Yu-Gi-Oh card, honestly. Like, and yeah, as you can tell, these guys are going to be very, very hard to catch as they just fly so quick. But yeah, to actually tame a good handful of these dragons, you do kind of need to fight them. So yeah, you're really going to have to get geared up for this, because I'm pretty sure that diamond armor and stuff like that is not going to cut it. So when it actually comes to taming dragons in this mod, each dragon basically has like a different taming method. Oh my god, look at that. Even like one of his eyes is like scratched out in the red variant. Look at that. That is so sick. So this dragon behind me in particular loves raw salmon, it loves raw cod, and every dragon will pretty much always enjoy some dragon meal as well. And so when these guys do finally land and you do actually get a close-up shot of these guys, all you need to do is actually take them down to around half HP or so, and you'll know roughly how much damage you're actually doing, because if you try and feed them, it'll actually say the ignivorous burns too hot, weaken it to 1/3 of its health first. So we just do some more damage, and yeah, you can see just how many hits I'm doing here, that these guys do not mess around. There we go. There's the ding again. Let's give him some dragon meal. There we go. Ignivorous is exhausted from battle. And just like that, there we go. Best friends forever. And yeah, considering I'm in creative mode, I definitely had an easy option for that. But yeah, playing this in survival is definitely going to be a good challenge. And you can see that once these guys are actually tamed, they do this really sick like sitting animation, as you see right here. It looks really, really cool. And so after you've actually tamed this creature, all you need to do is go ahead and right click it. And there we go, just like that. Look how menacing that is right there. And you can see right here that even in first person, wherever we look, the dragon's head is actually going to move to. So it's really, really good for aiming and stuff, because yeah, these dragons aren't just for show, because we actually have individual abilities as well. And you can even see a bunch of the different dragons just spawning all around us right here. So there's going to be plentiful of these guys just roaming around. And so whenever you're ready, all you need to do is actually hold space. The dragon will take off, and there we go. Look how smooth that is. That is so sick. So as you can see, the flying in this mod is very, very satisfying. And out of all the dragon mods that I've actually checked out, these guys are definitely some of the fastest dragons I've ever seen in any mod. Like, check this out, right? This is just casually flying, but as soon as we hit sprint, I'm pretty sure our render distance is going to be struggling to keep up here. But like, look at the speed you can go with these guys. It's ridiculous. Like, this right here is about as realistic as it gets when it comes to dragons in Minecraft. Like, look at this thing. So if we go ahead and actually land right here, there we go. Let me show you some of the abilities that we actually have with this guy. And these abilities, as well as the keys, will be like in the key binding section, or even on the mod page as well. But the first ability that we do have, if we aim for this cow right here, is a classic bite. Just like that. And as you can see, it is going to actually set them on fire as well. You know, just in case being bitten by this thing wasn't already powerful enough. We can also go ahead and press R, which will actually roar and bring out all these like pillars in front of us, like these magma pillars. It's really, really sick. And as you can imagine, anything that's actually in the way of this ability is going to be pretty much dead instantly, like this villager. There we go, just like that. Again, set on fire. Oh, the sheep actually survived that. Fair play. And of course, we wouldn't be a fire dragon without being able to breathe fire as well. Look at this. And from the front, this just looks absolutely insane. Like, look at that. And then, you know, we're just bobbing up and down while the dragon just does its thing. I love that. Which is then where it gets even more destructive, and that is with the flying abilities. So just like before, we can, of course, shoot fire just like we did when we were on the ground. But unlike the magma pillars that we saw before, if we go ahead and hold R, we can actually hold this to level 3. And each one of those little bars right there basically indicates how much damage you're going to be doing. And we can go ahead and hold this down until it's fully active. And then we go ahead and shoot a giant magma ball, as you just saw. And it is very, very destructive. So yeah, combining both the speed of these dragons as well as the damage output, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous when you compare this to some of the other mods we've checked out. But I have saved one of the coolest abilities for last, and that is known as the Supernova. Which for this one, I'm pretty sure we need that bar at the bottom to actually be fully maxed out. As if we go ahead and try and use it, it does say that ignivorous must be at full health to unleash its cataclysm. So let's go ahead and feed this guy a little bit more so we can actually get him up to full. But with that bar at the bottom now being 300 out of 300, let's go ahead and see what this Supernova ability is. Let's go ahead and press that. I mean, like, oh my god. I mean, in terms of damage, it definitely didn't do too much damage, but I'm pretty sure that if there was any creatures nearby, there definitely wouldn't be any more. And you can see that that ability there actually drains our health and stuff like that. So yeah, you definitely have to use that ability at the right time, I will say. And yeah, having these guys follow you around is about as menacing as it looks right here. So taking a step away from the absolutely giant ignivorous right there, let me go ahead and show you some of the other dragons in this mod, which you might have seen roaming around whilst we were flying around on this dude. But starting off with, we do have the Cindervein right here. And again, the models and everything for these guys look really, really cool. Each of their design is like super unique to like what kind of dragon they are. And yeah, the sound effects are so sick with these dudes as well. Like for being a pretty early mod, like this already has like such good potential as well. And there it goes right there. Look at that. That is so majestic. I love the coloring on these guys. We also have the Ravix right here, and I'm probably saying that wrong. And look at that. It's just gone straight to sleep as well. There we go. At least it won't fly away this time. Oh. Okay, we'll get to that guy in a minute. But yeah, these guys right here, the Ravix, look really, really cool. Very similar to the like giant one over there. Like I just absolutely love all the texturing and stuff when it comes to these models. They look so cool. Like even the scales, like the claws. Let's see if we can get this guy to fly. Let's punch him a few times. This guy's just so tired. Okay, yeah, I think it's safe to say that this guy is definitely a nocturnal dragon. Like even after punching him, like he's just gone straight back to sleep. The next dragon I want to show you guys is the Noldjaw right here. Also, the one that's just been lurking in the fog in the background the whole time and all the way up there as well. And again, another really, really cool, unique design. Like each one of these dragon types are very, very unique and they look completely different from one another, which is so cool. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that this is the mod's only type of dragon that doesn't actually fly, considering it doesn't have any wings. But as yeah, just taking a look at this guy, it definitely seems more of a lizard type of dragon right here. Like just look at those walking animations right there. That is so sick. And so as expected, each of these dragons in the mod right here are going to have different types of abilities. So we have like the main fire one over there. I'm pretty sure one of these is actually a lightning one as well. But then finally, we do have the Stegonaut right here, which is pretty much another sort of like land-based one. And these guys just look like straight up dinosaurs. I mean, just look at that face right there. But like I've already said 500 times, the shading and the models and everything on these guys just look so cool. And even just the way that they actually track you with their heads as well. Like, look at that. But yeah, I'd definitely say that my favorite dragon has definitely got to be the absolute giant one over there. You can still see it. Like, we're so far away already. And so say you didn't actually want to go out and find and hunt one of these guys. This mod also includes eggs for every single one of those dragons. And I really enjoy when mods do this, where the eggs actually look like they correspond to like the actual creatures themselves. It looks really, really sick. So obviously you've got like the giant one, which is that guy over there. You've got the one that had like the red scales. You've got the one with like the really cool like orange colors. Like it's always really small stuff like this that makes mods just that much cooler to me. And so as it stands, and there we go right there. But yeah, like I was saying, these eggs don't actually have any sort of like conditions right now. You can pretty much just lay them out wherever and they will eventually hatch. But to actually find them, they can be found in like deep dark. They can also be found in like bastions or nether fortresses. So if you prefer to go out and actually look for the eggs rather than fighting these guys, that is definitely an option to pick. So you don't actually have to go around and farm up some raw fish or even dragon meal, as these guys will pretty much be tamed to you straight away. And so whilst these guys are just doing their thing, let me show you guys Ivy the Merchant. And I'm not too sure how this NPC actually spawns, but it acts very, very similar to a wandering trader, except this time we have got some absolute insane loot to actually get from this. So we have like a trident and even a netherite sword with sharpness 5 and unbreaking 3. And as you can see, Ivy right here trades fully in eggs, especially dragon eggs. So yeah, if you do happen to come across any spare eggs, definitely keep a lookout for Ivy right here because the gear is ridiculous. But yeah, that right there is a little glimpse of this dragon mod. It's really, really cool. I can't wait to see what else they actually add into it. Like some armor would be absolutely insane, especially with the texturing on that guy behind me right there. And yeah, a really solid choice if you were building a fantasy mod pack and you wanted some extremely, extremely powerful dragons. But if you did enjoy this short video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.